be a good fit with you guys in net this year?
Well, first, he's established himself as a good goaltender in the NHL. He's got good experience. He's played in the playoffs and played well in the playoffs. He's done well, at sharing the net and having a guy that's pushing him and then he's able to push others. And then he's just got a great personality about him. I think between he and Jack, we've got two guys that are confident, comfortable who they are. They're easygoing, yet serious and very competitive at the same time. So it's just a really good fit, both with our team and in partnership with Jack.
How important is tonight's game for the guys on the bubble?
Every game is important for guys that are on the bubble. I mean, you don't get a lot of opportunities. This is a really good one for them here today. They're going to be on the road in Ottawa, and they're going to play against some of Ottawa's best players. They're going to play a lot. They're going to play in maybe some similar situations that they might be in. If they were to either make our team or come and play for us, as call ups or what have you. And then they're going to play in some situations that they think maybe that they should be, and get those opportunities to show. With some of our top guys, or most of our top guys not playing today. There's a lot more ice time available, power play opportunities, penalty kill opportunities, matchup ice time, all those kind of things are available here, but they're not going to be there for much longer. So it's a good chance for everybody to beat their best here today and take advantage of what they've got here.
How would you assess Nick Robertson's camp so far, and what's his biggest hurdle in establishing himself as a full-timer?
First of all, we talk about his camp, for me, you include rookie tournament, because I was able to see him out there. Of course, all of our staff was able to see him out there, as scouts and management, and our Marley staff as well. So we got a lot of feedback there, and I was able to get viewings myself. And I think he's done a really good job of working and being competitive, showing his skill set, and also. The rookie tournament took on a leadership role in terms of setting an example. A guy who's been there, the only guy in the group that's played in the NHL. So that's been really positive. I think in the early going here, I think he's had some good moments in time, and I think the biggest hurdle for him is probably just the fact that we've got lots of depth here. And he's still a young guy trying to find his way, and he's trying to sort through. Being the dangerous top six scorer that we think he can be, and what he certainly has the ability to be, yet that opportunity may not be available for him, and he's trying to figure out how to do the other things really well and be good in other areas of the game. He gets a chance to kill penalties and do things that he's done at the junior level. He killed penalties with the Marlies last year, which was important for us to give him those minutes and that opportunity to do so. So he's just a young guy here in a mix of older guys that are trying to compete for spots. So, but he is certainly in the mix for us, and he has got a lot of tools that we can utilize. When the time comes for that.
How much stronger is he from 18 months ago physically?
I think he certainly is. I think that's the natural evolution that happens with young players. We've already talked about it with Sandy and Liljegren. How even just over the course of 9 months or so from the start of last season, that seen some growth there. I think Nick is very similar. He had an up and down season last year, obviously because of injuries. He had a lot of interruptions, which he didn't, as a result, didn't get to play as much with the Marlies as we would have liked, and also wasn't as available as we would have liked for us at the NHL level even. But he looks healthy and strong here now.
Are you intrigued with what you see from Semyonov?
I am. He's a guy that has come in here, and Jim Talafido identified him, and he's come in as a guy. He's coming off of a good season in the KHL and an important player on his team. To help them win a championship out there, and he's coming here at a team that has added depth since his signing, and he's competing for a spot. So I've only watched him on video up until this last week or so. I thought the other night, especially watching the game back again, that he did a lot of really good things. I thought the number of power plays are happening both ways affected his ice time. We probably didn't get to see him as much as I was hoping, and hoping that I can get him more involved here tonight. But there's definitely been positive things there, and the language issue is always the greatest challenge for these players that come over from Russia in particular. But he's picked up what we're trying to do very quickly, and in practices he's picking up on the drills and the tactics and the things that we want him to be able to do. Smart player, competitive player, but showed the other night that he also makes plays that contribute on offense too.
How do you handle the communication issues that way?
Just try to get coaches to reinforce the message and check in with them. But we're fortunate here now, where we've got enough Russian players around that are able to help, and of course Mikheyev is able to help a lot. You've got Gusev here, you've got SDA here, and probably forgetting someone, but we've got a good group of guys there that can help with that here now, and we try to make our meetings as simple and direct as possible with video and such. Try to limit how much I talk, and rather just show the clips and let that do the talking for me. And that's not just for the Russians; that's for all the players. They only hear so much from me. Go ahead.
When it comes to roster construction, how much of an asset is someone like Kerfoot, where if you need to, you can put him on the wing or center or wherever you see fit?
Huge. We need to have that level of versatility. We saw it last season a number of times, whether it was Austin missing games or in the playoffs with John missing games. You need a guy to elevate in your lineup, but then also, you'll lose wingers, and all of a sudden your depth at wing takes a hit, and you need to be able to compensate there, whether that's for injuries or whether that's in-game. A guy that can bounce around is very valuable. That's one thing that Kerf has done a really good job of with us, is being able to execute in various roles, but also just be willing. He's a team-first guy that whatever the coach asks of him, or whatever the team requires, he's there to go out and do it. And I thought he did a remarkable job for us last season in the playoffs, and elevating and performing the way that he did. And really, that's been all the way through it. When I've asked him to do something for us, he's done it. He hadn't killed penalties in the NHL before he came here. We asked him to do that, a season ago, and he's become one of our most responsible and reliable penalty killers. We need him to sub in on the power play. He's able to do a good job there for us too. So he's a really valuable player for us, and I think between he and Kasha and Kampf, we've now got some very versatile people that can do different things, and I think that's really important.
Do you feel like Kerfoot is stronger at wing versus center, or do you have a preference ideally for him?
I really don't. I like him in both. I think he's had good results on the wing, but he's playing with Tavares and Nylander a lot of the time when he's on the wing, and those guys tend to have the ability to elevate their wingers. So he does a good job there, but I also like him at center. Now adding a guy like Kampf this season gives us the added depth at center that to me we haven't had in my time here. In terms of that reliable player, I feel comfortable playing David Kampf against anybody at any time, and that's a very important thing, as it's going to help manage the minutes of Matthews and Tavares a little bit better that way too. So that can open things up in terms of opportunities for how we use Kerfoot. But we've got good competition happening on the wings here right now, and I've talked to Kerf and just we want to let that play out a little bit. We've got him in the middle, and I like him here to begin, but the fact that I know we can move him around if needed is a nice option for me to have.
Because of that, were you a little anxious watching the expansion draft? Were you worried you might lose him?
Yeah, well, not just, that whole process, you're worried you're going to lose a player in the expansion draft, and you can live with that because generally, every team is going to be one player worse coming out of the expansion draft. But the way that it worked out for us, we were able to add some insurance that, we knew that Seattle had interest in him, and that we were at least going to have depth there, because as I said, that is an important position for us. The fact that it worked out, we were able to keep him around because of all the things I've mentioned, but also what he means to the team, to his teammates. He's a very, very popular guy in our room. it's nice to see him back.